Hello and welcome back to another episode from Seinu Gardens. Today I'm going to be working on this Procumbens Juniper that I purchased from Lowe's. You can see me going to Lowe's purchasing this on a previous episode. I got a couple of announcements that I want to make. The first is that I'm going to be uploading another video by Arthur Jura at some point in the future. It may already be up, but it's from an old DVD that I had that was made by UNC TV in cooperation with North Carolina Arboretum, where Arthur Jura works. So I'll be presenting that. And I think that's about it. So let's get to work on this tree. Grab my tools. Grab my pruners, which is going to be the main thing I'm going to be using. I have some wire beside me as well. I don't know if I'll be using it, so I can get it out of this pot. Stop breaking myself. There we go. Okie dokie. So I have not really looked at this tree. However, when I was setting up the camera, I did notice this. As you can see right here, we have a nice good stem for a cascade. So there is that. I'm also thinking, because there's also stems over here, here, and here, which can be wired like so. In this direction, already kind of moving in that direction. So I'm thinking maybe doing something like this. And doing like a sort of windswept style. This tree actually has a lot of potential, I think. However, I really have no clue what I'm going to do with it right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to prune off a lot of growth from inside here that I know I don't need. And as you can see right there and right there, there's a lot of growth in there. Perfect material for cuttings too. So I'm going to grab my scissors, bonsai scissors, and these are my favorite pair of scissors for pruning, as it allows me to actually get in the tree like so, as you can see. If you work on a lot of material where it's dense in here, I highly recommend getting a pair of scissors like this. They don't necessarily have to be bonsai scissors, but something where you can get into the stem, the thickness, but without necessarily pruning something out here when you're trying to prune inside. So that's why I like these scissors. Any real high quality scissors will work for this job, so long as it can get in there without pruning something that you don't want to. So, as you can see, I got some growth right here that is really small, so I'm going to actually remove that all. Kind of open it up. So a lot of this small growth, especially the stuff that's growing straight up, as you can see right there, there's a little bit of trunk right there. But if you have something that's growing straight up, you generally don't want that, because it gives the wrong, it does not work well for trees. How to explain it? It really, as you can see right here, it does not look natural right here. As you have this growing straight up, at least in most styles. If you're doing like a formal upright style, perhaps. But if you have something like on this branch going sideways, if you had like something like this growing straight up, as you can see, that's, compared to the rest of that, that's not going to look good, even if you had it all pointing upwards like so. That's not how trees grow. So it's a point of naturalness on that. There's a lot of growth in here. You can see it's a bit opened up. Actually got a stem right here. that's really thick. A little small stem in here. I'm hoping at some point to get a second camera so I can have one on my side to take close-ups of what I'm doing right now, so that I can see it and have you guys watching it as well. So maybe sometime this year I will have a new camera to be doing that with. I don't know what kind of camera I should get. If you have any ideas for something that's below $150 to $200 that is 1080p, that I can easily put in front of me to record close-ups of what I'm doing, leave a comment in the description below. Yeah, I'm really kind of just starting this channel to get it started. So anyways, back to the tree. You can see we got a lot of growth right there, so I'm just gonna cut it off. A lot of it is the reason why we cut that off small growth like this, like these little things, is because they often will not amount to anything ever, at least not anything useful to us. However, if we have something like this, which is a little bit bigger and stronger, we actually want to keep that. But this one is not going to be the same as this. But we also don't want to do something massive. Like if we had this branch right here, this size branch right here, coming off right here, where the smaller branch is, that would be too thick. So we also don't want it to be too thick. Want it to be small enough to where it looks natural and maybe a little bit undersized, so that so as it grows and is pruned back and grows out, it can fill up and grow bigger to become more properly sized with the trunk or main branch that it's coming off of. So again, we have a little small growth I just pulled off right there, and a lot of that, especially on junipers like this, you just do not want it. It makes the tree extremely full with growth that we just don't even need. Actually, this right here, which is actually smaller than this, I actually am going to keep this for now because it actually may be used later. However, this growth down here, we also, just like the growth growing straight up like that, we also don't want it to grow straight down like that, because as you can see, that's also not natural. So those are the main two things that you definitely want to prune off, is stuff growing straight up and straight down. Take a look at this, and so I'm gonna come around to the front so I can see what I'm doing and have it recorded on video. And this tree is extremely full, as you can see. Another branch there. Another branch there. And really the first things you want to do is you want to expose the trunk some, but you also don't want to overexpose it. Like right there, I actually may end up bringing this up if I keep this branch. I may gin it instead. I actually have a really nice twin trunk coming out right here, as you can see. Not sure if you can, but that I really like, whereas this whole part is completely straight right there, shoots off like that, and doesn't really do a whole lot, I think. And it doesn't really have a lot going for it. So yeah, it's a tough call, and this is one of the things where, with bonsai, that you really have to make tough calls sometimes. And that is when you cut off a significant portion of a tree, such as this whole part, and deciding if you want to do it or if you can still use it, and if you should keep some of it and use it as a gin or something. It's a big call, and it's something that you really have to be brave to do. When I look at this, I'm not really sure. I mean, this is a really straight trunk, and it bends off right there, and I got some stuff right there, but I don't think I like it. I really don't. It's too straight with too little movement, and this part is definitely not going to move. These parts over here might, but, well, it might move a little bit, but